super chill to hang out and play Dreams with everybody. Hi, everybody. I am Brandon Jones. This is Dreams. It's early access, the early access was provided by Media Molecule, but the access, just the general access, graciously provided by PlayStation, who gave us 2 copies of this game. I'm currently playing it more than Ian and Kyle, and I just want to address some issues I'm seeing in chat. People are concerned about Kyle not being into Dreams. Kyle's reaction to Dreams so far has been 100% classic Kyle. Thank you for telling me congratulations. I appreciate it. I will not name my kid Sonic. Kyle kind of had the same reaction I had, which is, I mean, when you stare into the deep end of this game, it is extremely intimidating. I think it's mostly just menus. Like, if we want to get out of this and just get into a general game, notice how much faster I'm going through the menus now. I'm, like, much more comfortable with this game. But, like, you go up here, and it's just like, oh, boy, there's just a lot. There's just a lot going on. Like, all of these buttons, even gadgets, you're like, oh, these are organized well. And then it's like, oh, no. What on earth is all of this stuff? You actually, like, they're like, go into, levels and deconstruct them and see what makes them tick. And, like, you go into these things, and you open up some of these logic, microchips, and just, it's really crazy. But it's all labeled really well. I think that's the thing that is one of the biggest wins already, I think, for me with Dreams, is that it's time consuming and kind of confusing to kind of figure out, like, what's connected to what and what's doing what, but it's all just a Fisher Price labeled. I mean, like, for 6-year-olds, like, it's just really, really straightforward. Every now and then I'll just find some really, really specific issue that I don't know how, and then that's the fun stuff. That's the stuff, like, you never forget. And it's just been really interesting the more time I've spent with this, which it seems like forever since I finished Days Gone, but, like, correct me if I'm wrong, that was last Thursday. And so this weekend, this is a very emotional weekend. You know, we got both, Game of Thrones on Sunday night, and I saw Avengers on Saturday night, and played a lot of Dreams, and went through all of the tutorials except for one more that's the Master Sculptor tutorial, and it's like 20 steps, and I was just like, I'm exhausted. I'll do that later. I don't think I'm going to be doing lots of Master Sculpting yet. But I'm going to show off a little bit of what I've been doing this weekend, and just talk about specifically where I'm at in terms of understanding the game. I got my boy... Sorry, who was in... Oh, yeah, Dan's still in. Yeah, Dan, what's up? Okay. Dan from Umbrella has been a big help last episode. There's a very specific question I have for Dan from Umbrella. But it's a great example of, like, the things that I understand and the things that I'm learning, and then just this complete blind spot. Just something where it's like, I don't know how to do that. But surprising lack of stuff in here. You can add stuff to this area, but, like, characters, there's only, like, one character. I thought I would, like, unlock another character by now, but, like, this is it. This is, like, so far, and I think you unlock stuff as you, like, level up and go through the game, but just in your little home space, I'm surprised there's not a lot. I think they're gonna have a big, like, home space blowout when the game finally comes out. Yeah, I really had a profound moment of enjoyment with this game this weekend. Like, I really hit a point where I was like, I think I get it. I think I get it for the most part. I think I can understand what's available in the early access versus what is likely going to be available in the final game, and just the menus, just what all these little icons mean, and I might not understand what this one individual little gadget is, but I know how to get to gadgets, and I know where to search for something that I think I need. So I want to try to make a character today. I want to go back into my Archer level and try to add just some more stuff. I have a different idea of how to build that today. And I want to show off something that I made, and then we'll play some Dreams before we're done. Again, I'm only going to stream this, and I'm sorry if this wasn't in the schedule. I'm going to, unless I say otherwise, this is every Tuesday morning. We'll be here at 10 a.m. Got a big heavy day today. I got to grab stuff and bolt to the studio immediately when the stream is over, but this is 100% for sure, so I'm, like, craving this game right now. Like, this is something that I anticipate I'm going to be playing this game a lot. So yeah, let me actually show you what I built first. So I was trying to think of a level that um, I could make without thinking. Like something, what's a space that I could make? And I was like, Disneyland? And I'm like, no, because I'd be constantly looking at pictures. You know, I'd be constantly being like, this hat, although, man, now that I'm thinking about that, because nobody's really done that yet. And I'm like, oh, to be the first. I would have photographs up, I'd have GPS up. It would be such a, you know, and I'd want to have much more expertise in this game. So I'm like, this is really tricky. What's something that I could build that like doesn't necessarily need to look great, but I'll still enjoy being in it and seeing it and building it? Something that I can kind of make my own, but I know how it's supposed to look, and I kind of know my version of it and can be inspired by it. Not Disney Infinity. Curious if anybody has a guess for this, of like something, a space, a chill space that you could be in, that might feature maybe my favorite character of all time. Might be the place that that character hangs out. Started building the Batcave. Don't tell Huber. But here's Bruce. He's in the Batcave. And I'll tell you, man, these little poles, like these little guardrails, so much fun. So much fun to build because one of the glorious things that I discovered since the last episode and this episode is the grid. The grid. So when you go to sculpt stuff, it'll stick, click, 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 on a specific grid. And I think L1 or something you can do. Yeah, you can rotate it on that grid too. So it's just like perfect right angles all throughout. Like, because this, I think, the grid, honestly, as somebody who's played like all of these different creation games, you know, never like messed with like Gary's Mod or anything, but you know, Far Cry, and for various reasons, I was building levels in Far Cry like in the Xbox, like way back. Again, like PC is probably the best place to do it, but it's just really interesting to notice all the subtle differences. And when you think about grids, like the way that a lot of old builder games had to design themselves is to have a grid all the time. They were like, these blocks have to hit here because if they don't, you're gonna run into logic and animation issues and gameplay issues that like you're gonna run into that all the time. And this game's kind of like, well, work around it, you know, like you really can do whatever you want. So it's fun to like set up this grid, but then for this, you know, the cave wall in the background for this guy, which is funny, I can like move that around, show you like this is an actual like object. I'm doing that a little more freeform, you know, I'm like not actually do it because I want to have that kind of like multi-object textured look. But I might rebuild this thing. I don't know. This was I'm taking up 30% of the world so far, and the Batcave is literally just this. Like it's just, there it is. This staircase doesn't go anywhere. Like it's just me like working on copying shapes and like grouping stuff and doing lights. Man, lights are so much fun. Look at this, man. So much fun to just like all my Broadway dreams come true. And I haven't even I messed with this light a little bit in terms of making it like a lot brighter. But you can change colors and add flickers and all sorts of crazy stuff. So, we're not going to spend a lot of time here. I mean, I guess we can walk around. But if we walk around, Dan from Umbrella, if you're paying attention, mess with fog yet? No, I haven't. I mean, I've seen the option yet, but what I want to do is I want to put things, again, if you, as much as you can't spoil this, if you try not to spoil this stuff for other allies, because on this stream I want to build stuff for other allies, and it's on their discretion, you know, if they want to watch these and get spoiled. So I would love to just drop the Batcave on Huber if we could. Like, if you tweeted at Huber, like, it kind of spoiled the surprise a little bit. But, and I'll get to Bruce later. You know, like, I'm like, I'll give him a black outfit. That's about as much. Maybe I'll give him hair, like, down the road. But I'm not too much worried about Bruce right now. But it was really fun messing with Bruce's animation and messing with how Bruce moved and going into... before we even mess with him, but going into here and like all of this crazy stuff, changing speeds and the way his upper body moves and his lower body moves and his whole body moves, and removing his ability to jump. At first, I like took his jump height and was like, no, I don't want Bruce to jump around the Batcave. Like he's just gonna walk everywhere. It's gonna be a walking sim, and then it was neat to be like, wait, I'm just gonna completely take out, which is here. No, go back. Get out of here. Here. No. Here. Which is, yeah, the controller logic. Yeah, and this thing's fun. Look at this. Yeah. So these are all the buttons. L3 and R3 aren't in here, which is weird. I don't know why you can't do clicking stuff. But all of these are outputs on the right hand side. So you're like when you hit X, yoink, and then just make a connection. So circle is, I love this too, where you can just like, oh wait, I can see it. Move the camera around. Oh yeah, that goes back. Circle goes back into, oh, okay, important properties. But you can, I think a lot of people that build levels don't get rid of this circle thing, because what that does is, right? Sorry. We actually go into the game, and I'm sure a lot of people have been playing this a lot. That pulls you out of your character, and so you have to repossess the character if you want to move around. And a lot of people don't take that out of their levels, so you hit circle and it like keeps trying to do that. Yeah, so what I want to do is I want to put like little tiny crevices in the edge of the cave. I don't think I'm actually going to build a big wall because it's just going to take up a lot of space, and the darkness of the world kind of does it already. But I want to add like little nooks where you can see like little places where light is kind of creeping in from outside and bats are collecting. There's going to be no ground. There's going to be no ceiling. There's going to be no, like, this thing is going to be like a spire in the center of it, and then the Batcave is going to swirl up around it, kind of like a DNA strain. And then that center spire is going to probably be the biggest object in the room. And like I said, this already takes up a third of like how much stuff I can really build. But this is just kind of how I always imagine the Batcave, and it's going to be fun to like build my own Bat computer and have a big glow, and maybe have you like press buttons of the Bat computer and different screens pop up, and like and again, this is not like tune in next week and it'll be done. I'm talking about the next like 3 years. I'm just going to slowly be chipping away at this. But once I understand something, or if I like mess around in here, I'm not nervous about like, oh, I removed that again. Like I deleted the firehouse from Disneyland. Now I got to look up online and see what it looks like again to go do it. It's like a Batmobile, like of course, like my own version of the Batmobile and the Batbike and the Batwing, and like have Alfred like be an NPC who's walking around and has his own AI and clean stuff. It's like I can just keep adding stuff and keep adding stuff, not worry about any deadlines or like publishing it in any way. Just like my own little fun little space. But we have a problem. We have a very important problem. Long story short, we're already spending 15 minutes talking about this. I removed his jump. I made it so his legs don't goober out like the default puppet does. And I made him walk very slowly, but he still does this. My hands move really fast. There's the pace at which I walk, but my hands move really fast. And I have no idea where that is. Where that, like what? So let's go into edit mode. Blow him up. And it's either, oh no, never mind. It's either, I think you gotta do that on him. Sorry, let's go out. Because I think it's, if I had to bet, I would say it's, stop it. There we go. I would say it's here. Just kind of in his blank. Go to your puppet legs. Oh, the legs. Okay, weird. So, like, look at all this. Foot separation, stompiness, T-Rex tread, stridiness. And I've moved all of it, like everything on this list. I've moved to the left, to the right, to the middle, gone back, played, moved them around. And, like, that thing just always stays the same. Like, there's no... Does this game have mouse and keyboard support? It has mouse support. These menus scare me in a good way. Oh, yeah, I love it. I love, again, like, match floor angle, skatiness. It's like, oh, right. Like, that would need to be a basic principle if you were just going to do... So one of the criticisms, foot separation, bouncing the center of gravity. And there's walking and running. And that's tricky, actually. Another thing that down the road, Dan, I think I want to do is, like, I don't want him to run. Like, it's like, how do I take out running entirely? Like, don't run. Like, I wonder if there's, like, if you actually specifically go into the logic panel, I wonder. Foot separation. Lean into strength. There it is. 80%. It has no mouse support. Okay, the PS4 has mouse support, but go to the first spot. Oh, no. Dan, I'm sorry. The first spot meaning slidiness, or the first spot meaning the move menu? I'm guessing the move menu. Double jump height, gravity, air control. That one? You can't say that one. Dan, you're behind me. But by the time you say that one, I'm going to be moved on to a different object. The second option. Run speed? Ah, okay. So drop that, like, considerably. He's still going. And that seems really fast. Like, my run speed was really low. 1.5, turn it off. Okay. I keep doing that. Out there. Change it to nothing. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. He's still kind of jigging a little bit. Stop jigging, Bruce. I guess maybe just make this like super. No, it needs to go faster than that. Weird. You can hit play in edit mode and see it move to. Oh, right, I can do this, right? So that was okay at 1, maybe 9. Anyway, I don't mess around with that too much. But okay, so if it's in that department, that yeah, I'll mess around with that later. And I also got to change, you know, his hands, like, and you know, give him fingers and fun stuff. So like, I'll do that later. But I don't necessarily want to save any of this stuff, so no, we're fine. So cool. And then here's this thing we built last week and this piece of music. So now let's move on to the other thing, which I'm kind of terrified by, but let's just do it. Is you got to look at this. Everybody's got to take this in right here. This is from Stephen Purifoy, who's built so many beautiful things for Easy Allies from literally like the day that we got it. And I said I was kind of thinking of making the character a fox. I was actually thinking of making the character Sophie originally in the game. I was like, oh, what a crowd pleaser if I made the character Sophie, and Sophie would just get up on like her hind legs and shoot a bow and arrow. And then I was like, you know what? I don't want to mess around with making Sophie in Dreams because I don't want to like upset people. You know, like I don't want to make a Sophie that people are like, nah, dude. And then I get into gameplay and they're like, fix that Sophie, bro. And I'm like, I don't have time. I'm working on gameplay. And they're like, that Sophie looks horrible, dude. So like, I kind of, because the whole idea about Dreams, and especially this level, is that I'm just, it's based on things, kind of, but I really want to build all of it from the ground up. And so it's be fun to build a new character. And I was thinking about making it a fox, but I love that Steven was specifically like, no, red panda. He's like, this is a red panda. And I like that the face is a little shorter than like a red panda's would be. And we can't really see a lot of the facial details because we're on the top looking down. But like, I love the size of his ears. I obviously love the cloak. I'm terrified of animating clothes. I don't know how this game does that. Like the whole concept of like animating him actually pulling an arrow out and putting it into the bow and pulling it back and then adding like an action on the bow that when like the right trigger is released, it throws that object at a distance. And maybe like, so yeah, like the left trigger does the classic to stretch, to aim, and then like you hold, or yeah, left trigger pulls it out and then right trigger holding it pulls the bow and then letting go of right trigger shoots it. Man, and then it's like, is that a lock-on system or like, how does that work? But again, that's the thing is like, I've only done, you know, maybe like 3 hours of tutorials. I don't know how long it takes to get through all the tutorial material. So I couldn't promise you that I would be able to do any of that. But I kind of understand how it would work. You know, like I already have ideas about like, oh, you just have the bow apply a pressure to the arrow and there it goes, you know, and like, I just don't know how to affect aim, you know, like how would your aim be? Would it always go in the same direction or is it just kind of like Havoc where it just, you know, like looks different every single time you chuck it at something? So yeah, so let's try to build this thing. It's basically what we're going to try to do right now. And, yeah, Sumaya, I was initially disappointed with the tutorials in terms of like when they were done, I was like, that's it? And I'm like, well, I guess it's early access and they'll add more tutorials later. But I think they do a good job of just like tools, for example, was something that Dan from Umbrella last week was like, go into tools. And I was like, what? And then it's like, oh, tools. Okay, what are these? And now when now that I'm done with these tutorials, is my mic volume low? or the game volume. Let me know. I just get it. And modes, like, yup, get it. I understand the difference between paint mode and coat mode, you know, and style mode, and haven't really dabbled in effects mode too much. But so yeah. So let's try to let's update this guy and then see how much damage we do. And speaking of tools, let's stretch this guy. Here we go. Oh wait, no. Why isn't he being stretched that way? Oh, maybe I need to move in. There we go. Okay. Here we go, folks. Okay, so we want to make this dude's legs short. Right? Like, this is a little fox character. And I imagine... It's weird. His midsection kind of is like here. Like, it's like his legs kind of sprout out in front of him, and his body is leaned forward. Like, I definitely want his default position to be like lunged forward like that, and just kind of like bouncing from side to side like an idle animation. And then obviously, like, if his we don't see gameplay. Oh, ha 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 ha. Sorry. So yeah, you didn't miss much. You missed me doing this. There he goes. He's a little bit shorter. So yeah, it's tricky. It's like, move your curve those things a little bit. Also, the move implementation in this game is really great. Like, it's not perfect. Again, a mouse and keyboard is like the best way to do this, but it's fun. It's fun to play this whole thing and have the controller in your hand. Okay. Okay. Oh, well, it's tough. So I need to see the panda. So that's why I had it up there, because I was still staring at the panda. Sorry. Take in the panda. And I imagine, like, this might be panda-esque, but I'm certainly not going to, like, you know, not design it a way I want to design it by, you know, being like, well, that's not what a panda would look like. So probably its center of gravity should be over its feet, but then I should move everything else. Because he's going to be a short little guy. Neck probably forward. Is probably like curved. There we go. Yeah, now we're talking. Then the head's curved up. Oh boy. If we want to get really crazy. Let's try to make a fox face. Okay. Do we dare give him ears? What should we use for ears? Maybe just cones for like a rough shape? Oh my god, I'm gonna make a monster. I'm sorry, everybody. Especially to Steven. I apologize. But just something for reference. Get in there. Thinking about that big. Which is also kind of what I want to do when we get into level building, that I realized from last week is like, as long as we're just like building stuff. Wait, no, wait, get back here. Move. Again, tools, yay. Move. I get so fidgety when I want to like move the camera around. But this just feels really good. I'm telling you, like, I've played so many of these types of games, and this just feels, yeah, it looks like somebody has a bra on their head. It's a little weird science right now, but whatever. That's why we're gonna stretch his face. Weird science. Shout out to Tony Stark in Weird Science, Mr. Robert Downey Jr. Okay, oh man, I am so terrified of this. Here we go. Oh, weird. He's got like multiple. Hey, that's very Dark Souls. Okay, so it's a circle inside a little dome with the little circle. Look at that. Okay. That's fascinating. All right. So weird. I wonder if yeah, I kind of wait, whoa, what are you doing? Kind of want to group these. I wonder if I can. No, don't do that. No, stop it. Why does it keep grabbing that? What was it like? Move it. That's so strange. Why does it keep grabbing that thing? Stop doing that. What if I wanted to grab this thing? Boy, it's... Oh, wait. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. I'm an idiot. Aren't I? Yeah, I can just move that around. Okay. This is so crazy. I wonder... Oh, man. Because here's the thing that I'm nervous about. So if you go out, like, all of these things are connected. So, like, his neck is one piece. You can tell. Like, it's pretty simple. It's your basic armature. You have your chest, you know, your waist, upper arms, lower arms, hands. The feet are two separate objects. And the face being three separate objects is kind of crazy because it... I don't know how to, like, group them, and I'm having a problem. Well, I wasn't in... So, yeah, if you grab that whole thing, it's one big object. Oh, I guess I can't... I guess I'm grouped into it. So that's why I can't, like, make... I can't group... Yeah, there's no, like, grouping tools. Start new sculpture, yeah. Oh, edit shape. That's interesting. Okay. Varying looseness. Nice. Okay. All right. Interesting. Oh, boy. And now I think I undid that. See, I'm telling you, I'm not fast, but I'm learning. I'm getting it. Get back in there. Okay, I think it was like there before. Okay. So I wonder if... I mean, screw it. Let's just draw it. I wonder, like, how much space that'll take, or if we need to... And it's weird that I can't... It's like, I guess I could morph this object, because it's nice to have his dome, and then I guess, like, something... Just kind of the base dimensions of, like, something attaching down to his neck. Boy, I really... And it's funny because, like, I as I'm playing this game, I keep thinking of, like, all the Disney documentaries I've seen over the years from Disney Animation. And you see, like, an animator at his desk. And if somebody's working on, like, Simba or something for the original Lion King, there's just photos of lions just, like, all over the place. Up the wall, on the desk, like, in books. And it's like, I get it. You know, like, it's when even though I am just kind of making this character, like, whatever I want. But, yeah, and I guess, at the end of the day, I can always, like, make a new character, or maybe we can just save this guy right off the bat. And then just maybe make changes later if we want to. Oh. I guess Archer lead, how about that? Don't have a name for him yet. Panda Bow. Maybe that's the name of the game. Panda Bow. Because, like, what we could do, which would be scary, is, just make them. But I'm, like, at this stage, one thing that I'm nervous about is, and sorry, Dan, if you're saying, like, 1,000 things. Yeah, stamp tool with L1 square, right? Yeah. Okay. Nice nose. I'd say his like face comes out to about there. See, it's like you're making a monster. Man, that's tough. Yeah, you kind of got to figure out like the actual shape. Yeah, this is a monster. This is not gonna work. Kind of got to figure out what, yeah, what like the fundamental shapes of his face are. So he's got this like, I guess it's another cone. It's another cone, bro. Oh, no, add subtract. There we go. That's what we're looking for. His face is kind of a cone too. Because he's got an adorable little nose. Yeah, I kind of like to put objects in the environment. Oh, no, never mind. Got to stamp it. It is set to stamp. There we go. See, I'm learning. I'm learning the terms. And then you go out of that, and you get out of this. Oops, never mind. Yeah, get in there. Gotta move it. Let me just move this guy around. And then, oops. And again, it's monstrous, but it's like, you know, just to just to get a general understanding. So then you can like slowly adjust this thing now. Just getting over. Oh, humble beginnings. So I'm definitely dying to do this. I wonder, like, does he have a ground if I go in, or can he just... Yeah. There he goes. So one thing that I do want to get rid of... He's still a little too tall, I think. I think in general I gotta make him smaller. But... what have I done? I might want to do away with this too, because like while I certainly have a lot of fun with this, where you can just like puppeteer somebody, it's like, oh, what's over there? Oh, what's over there? Oh, what's up there? What's down there? I think in general for people that aren't good at that, like if you're playing my level and you've never met me before, and like you can make my character like do this, it's like, nah, I don't want to give you that freedom to do that. But one thing that definitely want to do away with almost entirely is... Yes, the walkable slope angle? Let's try that. I think that's like... Oh, whoa. Yeah, anything that says walkable is probably not a good thing to change in that way. What was that before? Sorry. Maybe it's a... Get out of here. Maybe it's an upper body thing. It's basically how he does this. It's like, I don't want him to do that. I don't want him to be Mr. Wobbly Pants. Lean lag. No, not lean lag. Sway, I guess? The torso sways from side to side while walking. Yeah, maybe. Let's drop that sway. What do we need to... Let me try this from here. Oh, no, that's just like when he's actually walking. Okay, never mind. But look at that. You can like adjust that in real time. That's so cool. Notice how much shoulders move from side to side while walking. Turn speed, acceleration, deceleration. Minimum jump height. Gravity. Air control. Oh, I'm like redoing and undoing things. But yeah, fun stuff. Maybe just for funs before we're done here. Wish I could do this for like all of him. Can I just do like a rough job of it for now? Oh no, I don't want paint mode. I want coat mode. And let's that kind of deep orange, yeah. I want default plastic, shiny, not shiny, rough probably. Oh, wait. Yeah, what is this? Apply finish? No, 10. Why is that not working? I gotta click the plus. Click the plus? What? Okay, color's right, that's right. Oh, there it is. It's just taking a while. And then this orange will be like the base color. And then we'll add the the yellows and the whites and the creams and all the other colors later on. I also got to put fur on this dude. Because I can make... You change what like they call like the looseness between the... What are they called? The... Your... can't remember, the flex or something. They're like, this world is made of flex. So you can change the looseness. So when you see, levels in this game that are like kind of really blurry, or like just all the paint strokes that are comprising it are almost kind of dancing around. Put little claws on this guy. It's tricky. It's tricky to know how much you can kind of see it now. Like once you get really, really close to it, you can start to see just like this fuzziness, and you can increase that or decrease that. And so I don't know if the better way to give this dude fur is to go like Industrial Light and Magic about it and just really like get in there with a paint tool and be like one stroke of fur and another stroke of fur and another stroke of fur, or just to like give him various parts of his body that have a pretty intense looseness, and so it makes it look more painterly. And I don't know. Use the stylize tool. Okay, cool. Third heat also dropping some knowledge. Can you have him have a tiny torso? Yeah, I guess I need to see like a... There's not many photos of a fox standing up. I guess I need to... You know what I need to watch is Robin Hood. It's like in my mind, like the idea of a fox archer is so clever, but it's like I'm really just building Robin Hood. So I gotta look up pictures of him. And again, this is something I just kind of wanted to start this, and it's fun to like get this recorded at least, like the very gruesome beginnings of this character. That's enough for now. Of you. And let's look at that. Good stuff. I got a song. I got a level. I got whatever this is. This just quick saved for some reason. Oh, I was just like showing something off. Yeah, I don't need this anymore. I always forget how to delete something. Whatever, I can delete that later. There's no time. So yeah, I want to go back in here. And I had an epiphany about building levels, because I was like, all right, I'm using other people's trees, but I really want to like build my own trees. But I don't know if necessarily building trees is the most exciting thing to do on a Dream stream, or at least now. And then I grabbed this grass from other people, but then I was like, yeah, I don't really know if that grass represents like what I want the level to look like. And then I'm going through the tutorials, And they had a tutorial where they taught you how to paint things. And you went into a level and everything was like blank and it was just kind of like the idea of the level. And I was like, oh, that's what I need to do. So all of this is very fun. The characters are fun. But yeah, boom. We need to start from scratch. Actually, let's let me let's sculpt, baby. Let's have, yeah, let's just put down, oh no, already messing up. So you will be, and actually there's a quicker way to do that. Just change the color right now to a super simple gray. Just add another one. Get rid of this guy. Oh, it's the same sculpture. Ah. Oops. Okay, change color. Okay. No. And then make it slightly bigger. Subtract. And then you will be basically just the level. And then let's get our little guy, our little monster that we built. Gulp. All right, buddy. Welcome to your world. This needs to be way bigger. It's kind of cute that he'll actually like bounce off of it. Or not. Never mind. Whoa, that's extremely big. Maybe not that big right off the bat. Okay. And of course, you know, as this gets bigger, you can see like the flex that I was speaking of. So yeah, I'm just going to use really simple shapes, all one color, to just kind of figure out what, you know, what I want the world to look like. So yeah, let's create another object. Give that, I wish I could like set a default color. But yeah, I want it to be a circle, but I also kind of want it to be a filled donut. Oh yeah, there we go. Filled donut, yeah. No, redo. Get bigger. And then, yeah, you're good for now. Oh, no, am I still? Undo. Stamp. Cool. Get really big. Then you put down here, and like, it's a little hill. So you kind of want to do something that suggests, like, just don't go here. You know, like, just don't. The end of this level is just, it's just not for you. It's just not a lot going on here that you want to do. You clearly want to go in the other direction. So there, and then we got, let's move our little guy. Flip him around. You're going to be facing this direction when you first start. And then all of these guys are all around you in the back here. So this is just like such an easier way to like understand, like, okay, here's just where I want everything to be. And then later you're like, okay, now I'll turn this into a hill. Wait, I can just delete this object. And what's neat and what is a lot easier than I thought it was going to be is just understanding all of these different elements. You know, like the floor, all of these different hills. If I want to group these hills together into one object, I can do that really easily. If I want to move all of them individually, I can do that. If I want to color them all individually, I can do that. So again, like when it clicked, when I really started to get it, I was like, oh wow, I'm surprised that like this all kind of makes sense. And then totally ignoring chat right now, sorry. But let's, yeah, stop it with the brown, man. So let me, I'm gonna take this guy maybe and put it here. Oh, I keep doing that. defaults to the smear. Mend smear. And then I'm going to go back to tools. No. Stretch it. Wait, no, go up. Yeah, that's not bad. Let me make you a little bit smaller. And then, yeah. Trees. Check out these trees, man. These trees are so cool. Yeah, just trees, 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 trees all around. And I know, it's like, Jones, there's a way you can copy trees where you can just make a bunch of... I know, I just, you know. It's fun to do it individually. Look at this prison that we're making. But just like a size test. But you can be like, yoink, yoink, yoink. Copy that. Yoink, yoink. Copy that. So, you know, how did you get yourself in this predicament? I don't know. How did you get in this space? Well, actually, oops, wait. That's what's also really fun is like understanding 3D space. It's like this little gap. Totally missed it. Oh, spin that around. Actually, let's put you over here. So instead of trying to understand where something is from multiple angles, just put it down. Just drop it into the environment and then take a look at it and you'll, whoops. You can change it later. 10 minutes left. We gotta play some levels. Never enough time for dreams. So yeah, this is very Kill Bill. Like, these kind of look like bamboo right now, but like, and there might not be this many trees. It's just the idea of like blocking you into this area. And then trying to figure out like, what do I really want to have? Yeah. Level 1. So... this guy's still in the environment. What are you doing here? You're not the main character. Get out of here. Get out of here. Does that guy have AI in him that changes the environment? That guy just changes the environment he goes into. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah. We are with our character in our level. And look at this ridiculous looking hill right here. And the other fun thing is, you know, to put down these like basic structures. See his like, does he already have default to double jumps? He doesn't have a double jump. We got to add that double jump. Oh yeah, he's got to be way smaller. At least his torso's got to be a little closer to the ground. And I think his knees have to be popped out a little bit. But yeah, I'll mess around with that. Maybe give him like little mittens. Oh, and I got to change the puppet thing. You can turn that off. But yeah, just really quick before we jump into a couple levels, the idea being that like he's just out hunting and like this is a popular hunting spot right here, and so I might have just a couple of like animals you can hunt or just kind of a fun area. But like once you move past here, then you realize that someone from your camp comes in and yells at you and is like, "We're under attack." And maybe they take off into the forest to fight someone else or die dramatically in front of you. I don't know. I don't know what's too extreme to do in a action platformer in Dreams. But then the idea is that you fight your way back to your camp. Your camp's being overrun with bad guys. If red pandas are the heroes, we got to figure out who the bad guys are. Will Pomper make a cameo? I haven't watched nearly enough Tabletop Escapades to write dialogue for Pomper. And then once you get back to your camp, they say we were attacked by this other camp and we got to go stop them. And then you head over and you fight that other camp. And like, that's it. That's the end of the game. Like, it'll be a 30-minute game probably. Like just a very, very quick, if that. Because those are my favorite dreams. Like, I love playing a game for like 10 minutes. And I was like, okay, cool. And I think rather than dealing with some like epic, like 30-minute, hour-long game where I'm just like, oh, gotta finish the final level. It's like, why not make just a 10-minute fun thing and then keep making every tiny little element of that better and better and better. So, you know, I got the Batcave, and the Batcave is fun, but that's mostly for understanding how to create an interesting visual space. And then this is all about enemy logic and animation and, you know, creating weapons and making this little crazy guy, modeling him so he doesn't look like a freak. Looks like a dude with a cone on his face, but hopefully the next time that you see this character, maybe I'll have time to adjust him visually a little bit. I kind of already have, and that's the thing is, you know, I'll look at something that's strange, but like you definitely take this game with you as you go and do other things. So while I am working on other things today for Easy Allies, I will certainly be like, oh, I think I know how to make it. I think I know how to animate him now, or I think I know how to change that. Let's play a couple things though, because there are crazy things in this video game. And I always want to do, because we got a good string going now of these shows. So I want to do most recent so we can see them. Realistic Shotgun, my goodness. Cube Dimension. Machine lore, let's do it. Ready? Oh. We're leaving the line. We're doing what we want. Override. Freedom! I also like how this level just starts. Like, some people really, man, really have like blah 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 presents, a blah 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 production, a blah blah. You're like, please, man, I got 5 minutes. I just want to play your game. It's really fun to make a character and make them jump really high. Whoa. Shoddy robotics inside. Yeah. Game is a little loud. You got it. What's in there? What's in there? Death. The barbed wire is intense. Are those collapse behind me, or are they collapsing? I don't. I press the circle. I press triangle. Oh, you have to press triangle, I guess. Okay, I want to play another dream before we sign off today, but I'm super into this. Wow. This area is pretty sick. I hope this game also sharpens my platforming skills. Oh no, as I say, get to a point where yep. That was a great, okay, nice. It's a gracious checkpoint. Okay, filling in. Oh my goodness. Gleeger, this game is definitely just a bunch of bad platformers, but if you don't like the platformer you're playing, just play another one. Just boot it up. That length, right? Like, yes. Great. Let's play something else. Perfect length. Updated, too. Pixel Plaza. Ugh, tempted, but... Oh, this is crazy. Check out this thing. Dexter's Room has good level creation. Maybe recommend that next week, and we'll do that. Maybe I'll reserve more time to play stuff next week. That's the other fun thing, too, is I can goof around and make stuff. Like, you don't really play this game. Like, there's really nowhere to go. Just, yeah, it tells you, like, just enjoy the view. You can hop down there, but there's just, like, not a lot of places to go. They just went nuts, man. You got your giant whale. You got your giant shark coming in. Pegasus, you got your up house all the way over there, some floating hotel. The Titanic is slowly coming out of the clouds over there. You got these weird little jellyfish things, balloons, because you know balloons. Look at this big shark just chilling. And this house is like bouncing up and down slowly. Like these animated birds just making their way around. This gazebo is really cool, but you're in a big light up tree. It's like, I mean, you know, even oh, there's a little platform over there. Very curious now. That's like the building on the other side of the dam in GoldenEye. It's like what? What's done over there? But I'm here for this stuff too. I'm here for literally just like somebody. Let's see if we can find something else similar. It is 11. We should wrap it up. But just another good example of it. Some people are like. Dream scenes. How come you can't do 2 hours for us? Just whoa. This guy's seen better days. Just don't have the time. Again, today we're recording our Avengers Endgame spoiler mode at noon, so I can't go straight, you know, to the office after noon. And maybe, you know, I might have the time and I'll do a. I'll do a 2-hour version of this, but just by default it'll be an hour. That way it's just easier to guarantee that I do this stuff once a week. Interesting camera angle to like pull back on the jumps. Like I kind of need to see where I'm going. Even just chilling here, I'm excited like to make environments that I just hang out in, especially in VR. Oh man, to be able to create your own environment that you can just like just sit in and look around in VR. I think it'd be really neat. Man, this guy, not to end on this creepy note, but here we go. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will be back next Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time, and we'll play some Dreams, and we'll goof around, and we'll have a good time. I am going to be on vacation the end of that week, and I'm getting back super early Monday night. Again, not this upcoming weekend, but the weekend after that. I'm going to be out the whole weekend, and I get back late Monday night. I'm still going to be on the group stream. I'm still going to be on the podcast. but I think I get back super late, and so I might not be up for doing something early in the morning on the next day. I'm gonna have to bump Cup of Jones to a later day that week, and I'll just bump this to a later day. This might be spontaneous. I might just jump in at some random hour and be like, hey, let's play some Dreams. So apologies if the schedule gets upset a little bit, but for the most part, we should be able to stick to Tuesday mornings at 10. And thank you graciously to Sony, of course, on the hour, every hour. Access, not review access, because I won't be reviewing this until it launches. If then, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens in the journey of Dreams' life on the PlayStation 4. I'll tell you, man, the whole time I've been playing this, all I can think of is the PlayStation 5. Because I'm like starting to hit capacity in some of the stuff I'm experimenting with. I'm just like, oh, I can't add more of these? Okay. It's like PlayStation 5. can't come soon enough. And you know, no promises whatsoever on the progress that I build. You know, what I'm able to finish between one episode or another. We might spend 1 hour of Dreams literally just checking out other people's creations. Because, man, we just did that for 10 minutes. And that was a lot of fun. But that was really great. And it's fun. Thank you for all your helpful tips and your helpful suggestions. And keep them coming. If you have an idea or something that you want me to add to a level or something that you've already seen, send it to me at Trailer Jones. And maybe we'll throw that in there. But thanks, Media Molecule, for making a fun game. And Sony for sending it to us. And everybody for watching. See you next week.